So welcome aboard Sailing Catamaran Godspeed. I am Noel, the sailing pastor, and my wife Karen and I are on a 3-year sea sabbatical, no pun intended. This is our home, and presently we have been in up Liscombe River in remote Nova Scotia, northeast Nova Scotia, at the foot of beneath the Liscombe Lodge. So just showing you all of our mess. We have it straightened up. We've got lines, 5 lines run to trees on each side of the river. I'll explain that in a minute, but I'll let you look around for yourself. So how do we get here? Up a river in rural Nova Scotia. We got here by letting go and surrendering our plans to the wind, literally the winds of a hurricane, Hurricane Lee, who just passed by us as a tropical storm yesterday. And you wouldn't know it now looking around. It's really glorious. We've actually been here for 10 or 11 days. We'll probably end up being here 2 weeks before the winds shift and we can sail further south as we head home. But we've learned the hard way. You know, if you were to ask, what's the Spirit teaching you in this so far in this 15-month sabbatical, full-time sailing? And I would say the lesson, day by day, moment by moment, that the Spirit is constantly teaching us in a very tangible, visceral way, is to let go, to yield to the winds of the Spirit. I mean, that's how you sail. You can't just sail straight into the wind. I mean, you have to. And then also you shouldn't sail in certain conditions. Sailing, as an art, is this dynamic interaction between you and the wind. But we're learning that on a deeper level as we learn to yield to the wind. Hopefully, we're learning the lesson of how to yield our plans, our will, our desires, our timeline, our expectations, yield those to the winds of the Spirit. And to be honest, as we look back over these 15 months, I mean, we could talk about the times when we weren't able to we didn't let go, but the times when we did. When we let go of our plans and expectations, were when the most miraculous, unexpected blessings happened. The most intimate connections that we've had with people have happened when we've let go of control. On our way up the coast, just like a day sail further north, at the very northeastern tip of North America. We were offshore in the evening. It was dark, kind of a rogue wave hit, and Karen stumbled, and my wife, and slammed her finger in a door, and fearing that it was shattered, and aware that we were far from medical care, we pulled into the last town on the edge of North America, mainland North America, and The name of it's Canso. It was the place that received the Titanic's distress call first, and that's how far out it is. And we pulled into Canso, and the next day found ourselves in a tiny little hospital, and made the best friend along this journey, Dr. Luke, who we've met up with at other times along this journey since, and we'll continue to meet up with him. We just had a great time in Canso, and Canso was not on our plans. Slamming a thumb in the door was not in our plans. But it's when we have been out of control, when we have dared to surrender to the winds, the Spirit. It's then that we've had our most powerful connections and experiences with others, where we've made the most lasting relationships. So it's not easy. It is certainly not easy, but Jesus says it's essential for us to yield to the wind of the Spirit. He says it this way in John's Gospel, chapter 3. He says, "The wind blows where it chooses, and you hear the sound of it, but you do not know where it's from or where it's going. So it is with everyone who is born of the Spirit." Jesus comes and calls us to follow him. And it is this invitation, this sacred invitation to let go. To dare to yield our plans, our schedule, our expectations, our fears, our insecurities, our anxieties, us, to yield ourselves into the Spirit's hands, so that we can have this dynamic interaction with the winds of the Spirit, from where and to where we do not know where the Spirit is going. And that's been true for God's people from the beginning. Abraham and Sarah were invited to let go and set sail, set their sails to these mysterious winds of the Spirit to guide them to a new home. Miriam and Moses, Ruth and David, Mary and Joseph, those early followers of Jesus. And down through the ages, over and over again, the people of God have been invited, have been extended this sacred invitation to hoist our sails and yield to the wind of the Spirit, trusting that what God has for us is so much better than what we could ever imagine or definitely create for ourselves. So I invite you to consider, where are you white knuckling it? Where are you trying to make this life and make the people around you, or make yourself, or to make even God fit in your plans, your expectations, your will, your schedule? And what would it look like? What would it look like to let go? Instead of trying to drive at the wheel, to hoist your sail in anticipation and expectancy and openness and surrender to the wind of the Spirit, and let the Spirit blow where the Spirit wills. Let the Spirit blow you on this sacred journey that you're beginning, to blow you where the Spirit wills. And so to let go even your expectation of what this will be like, or even if it will be comfortable, or even what you'll look like, what your life will look like at the end of it. What does it look like to let go and yield to the wind of the Spirit?